Somebody asked me to blink real fast if I'm in trouble. No, I'm not in any trouble. I did international foster care. And foster care, I took care of drug mules and sex trafficked children from cartels and terrorist organizations. And for a few years, those children got to watch members of the military try and set situations up so me and my wife would have affairs on each other, sexually exploit us, assault us repeatedly. For a few years, military men in my community made the information, the videos and information those terrorist organizations and cartels need to gain new recruits that would be willing to kill American soldiers by showing them American soldiers are the devil, right? They pretend to be good, but they're not really good, right? For a few years, maybe 10 years in my community, members of the military have been creating information for terrorist organizations and cartels that they need to kill American soldiers. My genetic protocol and other multivitamins. My eggs. Vitamins minus the sugar from fruits and vegetables or carbohydrates. Vitaman, Vitality Man, raise your vitality, man. We invented vitamins because when you get older, your kidneys and your liver and internal organs start to fail, and they leak toxins from a plant-based diet into your cells, causing improper cellular function. And is why we invented vitamins. And if you have kidney or liver failure, you have to take vitamins and can't eat a lot of fruits and vegetables. So just like last time, in this repetitive simulation, when my wife stayed home, I added some complete focus to my vitamin regimen. So I'm taking 3 of those. So I've added, right, today, some complete focus on top of my GAD stabilizer, Pro Mood Complex, my PIA, my Flora Microbiotics, my Immune Boost, my Cell Detox, and my Methylfolate Complex on top of my methylfolate cream with my other vitamin regimen I'm taking from grocery outlet. Right? I'm taking them when my wife is home sick, so if I have a negative side effect or something like that, she'll be here to monitor me. Right? But actual neurotropics, ketones, lactic acid, Pro Mood Complex. There's 2 versions of reality, right? One is religions that state you came from and you'll return to light, and the other is quantum mechanics, or the most advanced information in science that states you came from and will return to the light. When your father's atoms from his serpent or sperm merged and took a bite out of the forbidden fruit, your mother's egg, at the eve of your creation, it created a spark of light that is real light to fall down from the kingdom of heaven that is real light to be tied to a biological 666 carbon vessel to experience, right, what every religion and every culture describes as hell. And all you can do is try and make the best of it while you're tied to mass to perceive this construct. And when you're done, you'll return to the light for eternity where there's no time. Algorithm, like an algorithm, an invisible mode to hide binary code. AI can be a center of intelligence, but never the center of intelligence. I'll mime a meme to bring you back to an account of mine. If you data mine my posts and get past the mimes, you'll see there's invaluable information for firefighters, police officers, and veterans on how Purell causes pure hell or removes all the life they need to microdose their immune system to give it the ability to repair the neuroplasticity of their psychology and memory. There's information about ketosis that removes plaque and inflammation out of their brain if they have a TBI, depression, anxiety, PTSD, and things like that. In reality, right, my information or my feed can be mined for invaluable information for police officers, firefighters, and veterans to heal themselves. Ernie has to play with his red rocket in his pocket or stroke his bone to maintain his testosterone. If you practice No Nut November, the glands that make your testosterone, which are muscles, suffer atrophy or get smaller and weaker. And at the end of the month, they can no longer create the same level of testosterone, or the same amount of chemicals that create your testosterone as they could at the beginning of the month. Tricking you to repeatedly do that every year slowly weakens those muscles, so you'll be reliant on Big Pharma later on in life. Secondly, right, as a joke to play against me, people were unwittingly tricked into messing with mine and my wife's relationship so terrorist organizations and cartels could get information they needed to get new recruits willing to kill American soldiers as a joke, right? It was a joke. And they created invaluable information for terrorist organizations to kill American soldiers. Somebody asked me what it means by never stand up straight in public, a basic PSYOP trick, and was I ever in the military. When some people had enough clearance to run my background, they took me to Montesano Courthouse and demanded my military paperwork. Right? I've never been in the military, but when somebody had enough clearance to go through my background check, they took me to a public location and demanded my military paperwork, and then set up a situation where I was hit in the head and had a police officer and a pastor from St. Jerome's Church in Ocean Shores give me fake military paperwork so they could have a list and the locations of every woman and child I'd ever taken care of so they could know where they were at. And then I want you to think about cannabinoids, ketones, lactic acid, and all the other chemicals your body created during fasting that were present to kickstart the epigenetics of your cognition. Abrahamic religions call a rainbow a covenant or a two-way pact that contains the messenger and the words of God. The 7 seals of a rainbow reveals a body of light that is real light when all 7 seals unite in the covenant that arcs, the ark of the covenant, in the bow of a cloud. All of humanity's ideas and thoughts or information are created out of electromagnetic radiation that are fed by and dissipate back to one central location called the yellow book or yellow scroll of light carried by a body of light. In Indian culture, Rama with a bow, Vikings, Valhalla, Greek mythology, Zeus and Poseidon, Native American, Enki, the Great Spirit, Abrahamic religions, God, Allah, Yahweh, Michael, right? All of humanity's gods and messengers of God reside in one central location, right? If you connect all of the dots in omnism. So somebody asked me about more cryptography. If you research Western medicine, they have this thing called placebo. Somebody healed themselves using a sugar pill or water pill when they were told it was a cure for their disease or illness because they believed it was possible. Placebo. And they have a patent to regulate your autonomic nervous system that we display in commercials for prescriptions because we can give you that disease if you watch information about it without being exposed to the chemicals that cause that disease with this thing called placebo. But you have to have no sugar in your system for placebo to actually work. Think about that. Cryptography, placebo. Hebrews what? The ketones needed to heal your bones. Ketones. You think about this simple fact of reality, no matter what religion you believe in, they all tell you they can prove their God's existence and disprove the existence of every other religion's God by having you remove sugar from your system for your prayers and fasting while you ask their God to heal you of illnesses and diseases and raise your intelligence. You think about that, the common denominator for thousands of years behind proving every religion's God's existence is just tricking you into allowing your body to go into a natural metabolic rate called ketosis that shuts your digestive system down, allowing you to divert energy into healing yourself while allowing your kidneys and your liver and other internal organs to take a break from removing toxins from sugar. Why don't they all just tell you the truth and tell you it's ketosis, don't eat sugar? Some cryptography from Sophie. If you spell dog backwards, somewhere over a rainbow, at the end of a yellow brick road, is the covenant that arcs, the Ark of the Covenant. The 7 seals of a rainbow reveals a body of light that Israel light when all 7 seals unite in the Ark of the covenant that arcs. With a staff, weapon, trident, bow, lightning bolt, or whatever your cultural interpretation is in one hand, and a yellow book or scroll of light in the other, the two-way pact between humans and all living creatures, or the words of God. Helly Hansen makes Sophie hella handsome while she lends a helping hand, son, because honesty and integrity are part of their corporate policy. When Sophie treks the mountains and travels the 7 seas in search of the Ark of the Covenant, Helly Hansen makes it a breeze. You ever spell dog backwards and wonder what they can see at the center of a rainbow instead of the end? Lotion. It puts the lotion on its skin or gets the hose again. When your father's atoms from his serpent or sperm merged and took a bite out of your mother's egg, the forbidden fruit, at the eve of your creation, it created a spark of light that is real light, a real-life halo that fell down from the kingdom of heaven that is real light, if you believe in quantum mechanics, to be transferred into a newly created biological 666 carbon vessel, to grow on a branch umbilical cord on the tree of life placenta, in the Garden of Eden womb, until it became full term and was kicked out to toil the soil. You think about that. In the very beginning of Abrahamic religions was Judaism, who stated Adam and Eve weren't real characters, therefore none of the characters in the Torah were real, but contained an apocalypse that would unite all of humanity as the true tribe of Israelites. And today, evil men tell you apocalypse means the end of the world instead of lifting of the veil. So I got here some sweet baby rays and a pork shoulder steak I cooked in the crock pot for a few hours, which gave me pork juice to drink. You think about this in reality, right? Pattern recognition is what autistic people do. They line things up. They find things that line up. Every military and intelligence agency and every religion since the beginning of time has used removing sugar from your diet or from your body to repair yourself of injuries and diseases and raise your intelligence. Right? When you remove sugar from your diet, it has your body create ketones that oxidize into acetate that combines with lactic acid when you exercise, which is designed to remove damaged blood cells and things like that from your muscles. So if you do that and then jump in cold water, you can push it into your brain and clear the capillaries out of your brain and raise your intelligence.